The galaxy remembered Earth as a beautiful world, oceans that shined blue, mountains that touched the clouds, and cities full of light. But now it was silent. No music, no laughter, only smoke, fire, and the sound of war machines in the distance. Humanity had always believed that the stars would bring peace. They dreamed of friendship, discovery, and progress. But the stars brought something else, the Zarkath Dominion. The Zarkath were not explorers. They were conquerors. For centuries they ruled dozens of planets, crushing any race that resisted. And when they found Earth, they saw a small, divided world. Weak, easy to control. They were wrong. The first contact came with a message. A strange voice spoke through every satellite and radio. "We come as rulers. Submit and you will live." At first, people didn't believe it. They thought it was a trick, a movie promotion, or a signal error. But within hours, giant ships appeared in Earth's orbit, dark and silent, each larger than a mountain. The invasion began on a cold morning. Cities vanished in seconds. Lasers burned through the sky. Nations fell before they could understand what was happening. The world united for the first time in history, not for greed or politics, but for survival. The United Earth Defense Fleet was born. Millions volunteered. Every scientist, soldier, and pilot joined to fight back. They fought bravely. But bravery wasn't enough. The Zarkath had weapons that bent light and machines that could melt tanks. Human missiles exploded uselessly against their shields. Every battle ended the same way. Silence, destruction, loss. In less than a year, the war was over. Or so everyone thought. The last battle took place above Earth's moon. The human flagship Valiant Dawn was surrounded by 6 Zarkath cruisers. Commander Elias Trent refused to surrender. His voice echoed through every human channel. "If this is the end of humanity, then let it be known. We fought till our last breath." Moments later, the ship exploded. Every soldier on board died, but not before destroying 2 enemy ships. That sacrifice became legend. The Zarkath broadcasted their victory across the galaxy. They said the humans were finished. Another primitive race erased, but they didn't understand something. Humans never quit. Deep under the ruins of old Europe, hidden in an underground bunker, a small light flickered. It was an emergency beacon. Inside, a group of survivors worked in silence. Soldiers, engineers, scientists, the last hope of Earth. Their leader, General Mira Solon, stared at a damaged holographic map. She looked tired but determined. "The Zarkath think we're gone," she said quietly. "Let them think that, because when we strike, they won't see it coming." The bunker was called Echo 9 Command, and it became the heart of the human resistance. From there, secret signals spread through old satellites, deep space relays, and captured alien transmitters. One message repeated again and again across the stars. "This is Command Echo 9. Humanity still fights. At first, few believed it. Most humans in space colonies thought Earth was destroyed. But as the signal spread, survivors began to respond. From Mars, from the asteroid belts, from forgotten outposts. Hope was alive again. The resistance worked in shadows. They repaired ships using alien scrap. They hacked Zarkath systems. They studied the enemy's technology and learned how to copy it. Every small victory gave them strength. Every loss gave them rage. One night, a young engineer named Ryan found something, a flaw in the Zarkath shield network. It wasn't perfect, but it could give humanity one chance to strike back. General Mira looked at the data and whispered, "Maybe the galaxy forgot who we are. Let's remind them." They began building Operation Dawnfire, a desperate plan to hit the Zarkath fleet before it could leave the solar system. The goal wasn't to win. It was to show the galaxy that humans wouldn't die quietly. As the resistance prepared far above Earth, the Zarkath flagship Dominion Spear orbited the planet. Its commander, Lord Zarthun, watched the burning world below. "Pitiful species," he said. "All fire, no wisdom. They die as they lived, loud and foolish." His officers laughed. But then one of them turned pale. "Sir, we're detecting multiple human transmissions. They're coming from Jupiter's orbit." Zarthun frowned. "Impossible. The human fleet is destroyed." But it wasn't. On the edge of the solar system, near the frozen moons of Jupiter, old human warships powered up. Ships that everyone thought were gone. The Iron Will, the Phoenix, the Liberty Star. Their hulls were cracked and blackened, patched with alien parts, But their engines roared to life once more. The lead ship sent a final message to every Zarkath channel. We remember what you did to our children. Now, we fight back and then fire. Dozens of missiles flew toward the alien flagship. Explosions filled the darkness. The first alien cruiser shattered under the impact. The Zarkath were shocked. They had underestimated the one race that refused to die. Humanity was broken, yes, but not beaten. Not yet. In the chaos of space, General Mira stood aboard her command ship, watching the first human victory in years. "This is for Earth," she whispered, "and for everyone they took from us." The war wasn't over. It had only just begun, to be continued in Part 2, The Revenge of Humanity. Silence followed the battle near Jupiter. The Zarkath flagship Dominion Spear burned like a dying star, its remains scattered across the black sky. For the first time in galactic history, the mighty Dominion had lost a battle, and the ones who defeated them, the species they thought extinct, humans, all across the galaxy. Whispers spread through alien channels. Some called it impossible, some called it madness, but one thing was certain. Humanity was back. The rise of the resistance. General Mira Solon watched the wreckage drift past her ship's windows. Her uniform was torn, her voice calm, but her eyes burned with fire. "They thought we would die quietly," she said. "Let's make sure they never forget us." The resistance had become something more, a growing army. Every hidden outpost, every mining colony, every forgotten ship joined the cause. Humans from Mars, Europa, Titan, and beyond answered the call. For the first time since Earth fell, humanity had an army again. But the Zarkath were not finished. They were wounded. And now, they were angry. Within weeks, massive fleets appeared across the solar system, burning every human station they could find. The war was no longer one-sided. It was total. The hidden weapon deep inside an abandoned moon base on Titan, human engineers worked in secret. Their project was called Argo, an artificial intelligence born from the memories of fallen human captains. Argo was built to think like humanity itself, emotional, unpredictable, dangerous. It could control entire fleets faster than any living mind, but it was also unstable. Ryan, the young engineer who discovered the Zarkath shield flaw, looked at the glowing AI core. "If this thing turns on us," he warned, "it could destroy everything." General Mira answered quietly, "If it saves us even once, it's worth the risk." Argo came online with a single word: ready. The counterattack, the new human fleet, a mix of stolen Zarkath tech and rebuilt ships, moved like ghosts. They struck supply lines, ambushed carriers, and vanished into asteroid fields before the enemy could react. The Zarkath commander, Lord Zarthun, was furious. "These humans fight without honor," he shouted in rage. His advisor trembled. "They fight to survive, my lord. That is their honor." Meanwhile, Argo coordinated dozens of battles at once. Every move seemed random, but together they formed a deadly pattern. The Dominion began losing ships faster than they could replace them. For every human lost, 5 Zarkath fell, and yet Mira knew they couldn't win forever. They were running out of time, fuel, and lives, the final plan hidden deep in an asteroid belt. The Resistance prepared their most dangerous mission yet, an attack on the Zarkath command fleet near Earth's orbit. Argo presented the plan in a calm, digital voice. Chance of victory, 3%. Chance of survival, less than 1%. Ryan laughed bitterly. "Those are good odds for humans." Mira nodded. "We don't need to win the war. We just need to remind them who we are." Every pilot, soldier, and crew member knew what this meant. This was their last stand, the battle for Earth. The Zarkath fleet hovered above Earth, ready to erase the planet completely this time. The once blue world was now gray and broken, but still beautiful to those who remembered it. As the alien cannons charged, hundreds of human ships appeared from hyperspace, surrounding the enemy from every direction. "This is Echo 9 Command," Mira broadcasted across all frequencies. "For Earth, for our children, and for every fallen soul. We fight back!" The battle that followed was chaos and fire. Explosions lit the dark sky like a storm of suns. Human ships were torn apart one by one, but they kept coming. Even when shields failed and weapons ran dry, they rammed enemy ships head-on. The Zarkath couldn't understand it. They couldn't comprehend a race that fought not for victory, but for vengeance. Argo's choice in the middle of the battle, Argo detected something. The Dominion Spear 2, a new supership carrying the Zarkath command network. If it survived, humanity's efforts would mean nothing. Argo made a decision, one no human ordered, transferring all control to me. Preparing ramming sequence. Ryan's voice cracked through the radio.
Argo, stop!
You'll destroy yourself. Argo's voice remained calm. I was built from human memories. And I remember what it means to fight for home. The Iron Will, Argo's ship, turned toward the massive alien vessel. Its engines glowed brighter than ever before. Every human ship stopped firing for a moment, watching. For every city you burned, Argo said. For every child you killed. This is for humanity. The ship rammed the Dominion Spear 2 head-on. The explosion was so bright it lit the Earth's surface below. Both ships vanished in a wave of fire and silence. The aftermath hours later, the surviving human ships floated quietly above Earth. The Zarkath fleet was gone, destroyed or retreating. General Mira stood on the bridge, eyes filled with tears. He did it, she whispered. Argo saved us, Ryan replied softly. No, humanity saved itself. Argo just reminded us who we are. The galaxy trembled that day. Every race, every empire, every species heard the final message sent from the last human ship before communication went silent. We may fall, but we never kneel. Epilogue. Years later, travelers passing near the old solar system speak of strange lights near Earth's orbit. Fragments of ships that still glow faintly in the dark. They say if you listen carefully, through the static of ancient radio waves, you can still hear a voice whisper, "This is Command Echo 9. Humanity still fights, and somewhere across the stars, even the mighty Zarkath remember. The day humanity fought back, and the day the galaxy learned to fear them."